I've got the
Leave me in
steering
with
wheel and
it.
stuff.
And we're
It's a bit of a
live.
ball ache. And we're live.
Greetings, BArcadians, and welcome to a special episode of Gaming News Weekly, as Rich and I have decided to combine it with the Horizon Forbidden West live stream for your viewing pleasure. So it's all a bit stressful. Bless him, Rich is at the cockpit, desperately trying to spin all these plates at once and keep us on track. So we're actually going to very quickly kind of cover off some of the topics that have been bubbling around our brains this week in the games industry. And then, of course, we'll cruise straight into the Horizon Forbidden West stream at 10 p.m. UK time here. So
Absolutely.
Hopefully you're lined up and queued up and excited for it. We've seen these beautiful vistas pass over the screen as we've been getting prepped. All very exciting. But Rich, what you mostly been playing this week, my friend?
So I don't think I played a bit of Gran Turismo on the weekend, which was really good. Managed to get quite a bit of time in on that, which was really nice. But I actually haven't played since. Been a busy week, so I've not managed to play much this week, which is a bit of a downer. So I'm hoping to pick my spirits up with this Horizon sort of deep dive. I'm hoping. What about you, mate? What have you been playing this week?
So BArcadians, he's stressed. He's recovering from from the setup still, clearly. I've been playing Pro Evo, mate. Picked up Pez again. Guess who I've just got in the team? Cristiano Ronaldo.
Nice.
Regened as a fresh-faced 16-year-old.
Oh yeah, nice.
So I'm excited to develop him. I'm trying to line up Messi actually as well. He's 40 in my game, but I'm hoping if I get him in now, he'll regen in the youth squad.
Oh, nice.
But anyway, enough esoteric nonsense about Pro Evolution Soccer's strange
To be
master
fair,
league.
that is something I missed off. We did play Pro Evo yesterday or the day before. No, the day before yesterday. We did play some Pro Evo, didn't we? Had a good session on it.
Yeah, we had a good run. Do enjoy it as a bit of a stress reliever. Apart from that, I've washed my hands of Resident Evil Village now. I say that like I didn't enjoy it. I loved it. I got through a hardcore difficulty mode, and then I got into the Village of Shadows, I think it's called, the hardest difficulty, and I think I could have pushed on with it, but I felt like I'd seen everything I needed to see. I had some awesome weapons. It would have just been a bit painstaking at that stage, so that was me. But, my friend, shall we, because we're short on time, should we kick on into the news?
Absolutely. Take us away.
So, first story this week was, headline is, Switch Pro imminent. So this comes courtesy of Bloomberg. This is what they had to say. Nintendo company plans to begin assembly of its new Switch as soon as July and release the upgraded replacement for its 4-year-old game console in September or October. People familiar with the matter said the new console, likely to be priced higher than the $299 original, may be announced ahead of the E3 conference starting June the 12th to allow publishers to showcase their full range of Switch games at the global event, the people said, not to be named because the plans are not yet public. It will be sold alongside the $199 Switch Lite, with the standard Switch phased out over time. So yeah, in a nutshell, mate, it sounds like the Switch Pro is imminent. You know, talk of it being going into production in July, September, October release, which just seems mental. I had heard that, because of course we thought the semiconductor shortages would affect the Switch as well, but apparently because the technology is different to that of what we see in the Xbox Series SX and PS5, they're not having the same problems.
Okay, fair enough.
Which could be, if all this is to be believed, that is, it could be a reasoning behind that. But yeah, really exciting times. Interesting to hear that they might phase out the original Switch entirely, and this will just usurp it, supplant it wholesale. But what do you make of it all, mate?
I think that seems like a logical step, doesn't it? They bought out the handheld only one, which name escapes me right now.
Switch Lite.
That's it, yeah. So it just stands to reason that they'll have a Switch Lite and a Switch Pro. That seems like an obvious, move forward, especially as it sort of increases their revenue stream, doesn't it? Given the fact they can actually charge more for a Pro if someone wants a standard Switch. So that sort of makes sense, and the fact that the price is going to go up sort of makes sense. Everything's going up in price at the moment, and it's supposed to be more powerful. We wait to see on that one than the original Switch. Timing wise, I think this is crazy. If this is going to get announced before E3, that means we're going to see something in the next few days.
I know.
So I don't know. I'm not sure on that one. I think timing wise, it sounds right. It's just the fact that we're like a week and a half away. I feel that would be a bolt out of the blue if this was going to be announced before then. And the fact that potentially it's coming this year, I don't know. Timeline doesn't seem to add up for me here. But the Switch Pro rumours have been around for basically forever, so at some point they've got to come true, surely.
This is it, and because it's in Bloomberg who broke this news, it just makes me think they aren't usually the type to go public with something unless they're really sure on it. So whilst it's still not confirmed, I think there's probably a lot of likelihood behind it. But anyway, move us on, mate. Second story. This week.
Absolutely. So, Sonic 30th Anniversary Bonanza. And this comes courtesy of IGN. Headlines were, new game from Sonic Team announced. Sega announced that its Sonic team, which has previously released Sonic Generations and Sonic Forces, has begun work on a new mainline Sonic game. A teaser trailer, which was featured above in the article, revealed the game will arrive in 2022 for PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch and PC. So basically every possible platform. They also announced Sonic Colors Ultimate revealed. Sonic Colors Ultimate revealed. Sonic Colors Ultimate is a remaster of the 2010 platformer, which will come to PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, PC through Epic Games Store on September the 7th. So that's coming this year, and it's developed by Blind Squirrel Entertainment, and they're from Mass Effect Legendary Edition fame. They also announced Sonic Origins compilation, and that's going to be a compilation of Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2, and 3, and Knuckles, and Sonic CD. So yeah, loads of Sonic stuff basically, which is really cool. A game I loved. I had a Sonic on the Dreamcast, which I really enjoyed. I think that's probably the last Sonic I played. Did Sonic sort of...
Sonic Adventure?
Yes, mate, yes. That was the last one I had. Yeah. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, I think that was a long time ago. I don't know if maybe some Sonics have passed me by between now and then, but... Go on.
Yeah, it had some lovely scenes in it, didn't it, Sonic Adventure? I didn't own it, but I remembered some spectacular sort of... Very linear, wasn't it? Well, actually, not all of it was, I don't think.
Yeah,
but
not all of it, definitely.
Almost a bit like Uncharted style sections, didn't they? They had, but in a Sonic way.
Definitely.
So yeah, the mainline one definitely tickles my fancy. The others, not so fussed about, but this compilation sounds pretty cool, to be fair. Hopefully,
now, I wonder
offer value too.
I wonder whether they're going to be originals or like remasters. I wonder what we'll see on that.
Yeah, this is it. I mean, there's only so much from this article that I could squeeze into the news. There was loads more stuff about Sonic, like cameos in other games.
Wow.
Some sort of Netflix.
Fortnite, definitely. Has to be.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a Fortnite cameo, I'm sure. So, it's nice to see them celebrating big style. I mean, over to Nintendo to live up to The Legend of Zelda's 35th anniversary.
Yeah, strange that, isn't
we
it?
hope. Yeah.
Good stuff, though. It's nice to see some new Sonic coming. Hopefully, people will have a buzz about it.
Yeah, a lot of fans out there. Obviously, the movie, I think, has perhaps rekindled some of the love for Sonic, and I think it's the perfect platform to kick off with some new entries in the franchise.
Absolutely.
But let me round off. Yeah, story number 3. Unreal 5 Early Access. So courtesy of Engadget, this article. Epic Games' Unreal Engine 5 is no longer just a pretty technical demo. The company's released an early access version of Unreal Engine 5 through the Epic Games Launcher and GitHub, giving developers an opportunity to start work with the next-gen toolkit ahead of the full release sometime in early 2022. The key, as hinted last year, is the ability to produce near photorealistic visuals, convincing animations, and unique sounds with relatively little work. You can quickly produce movie-quality landscapes using the Nanite system, while Lumen provides real-time lighting that adjusts for the time of day and clouds overhead. The animation system adapts to nearby surfaces and fills in crucial gaps, and the Meta sound system can produce distinctive effects. Maybe a bit of a typo there. So yeah, I saw the demo myself, Rich. I think you've seen it too. Yep. It was stunning.
Agreed.
Nice to see it in real time. And in a big open space as well, because previously it was quite a linear sort of design on the last demo. So this kind of was proof positive. This is real. It's working. And some of the terrain you saw, it was so detailed. That's what they say, don't they? It's all about almost infinite levels of detail. And it was great to not just see that and then prove it, but they talked a lot about just making games development easier as well with it. Stuff like people can work on the same kind of build of a game at the same time with some unique software they have which enables you to do that. It just sounds like it's truly going to be a next-gen step for games development as well as for graphical fidelity. And I'm really excited to see what comes off the back of it. What about you, mate?
Yeah, I mean, this little tech demo they showed us, well, I guess maybe it isn't a tech demo, given the fact that it was fully playable. You would say it's a demo rather than a tech demo. Looked incredible. They said they used 3D scanning with drones of an environment to get the assets into the game, and I have to say it did look photorealistic to my mind. Anyway, you could have been. They at one point they took like the camera and panned it around the canyon area, and it could have been in on a drone. It was incredible, and I think that's made up about how good the lighting is. But yeah, just brilliant stuff here. I like the fact that it sounds like you can, while using this, you can be playing in it like through like something that you've designed, and you can like pause the gameplay and maybe change something and then see how that changes the way in which it plays. It sounds really well thought out, and on the back of that they have that like crazy face technology for creating like in-game characters. I think this is going to be some incredible technology moving forward, and I can't wait to see what people are going to do with it, because it is just an incredible piece of technology.
I think that's almost what, in some ways, I'm more excited about, mate, because we know that games development is getting increasingly complex, complicated. It's essentially trying to squeeze a tube of toothpaste that's filled with art into like a digital canvas, and it's just a nightmare. And we see big teams, and because of that, we see costs rising. 70 quid games on next gen. So the fact that they're trying to actually not just work on what this engine can output, but also the kind of workflow on the front end of it for those guys, I think it's just really good for the industry. Absolutely. And hopefully going to revolutionise and lead the way for everybody else. But, fair play to Horizon, just looking at some of these shots now on the live stream, it's not a million miles away from what we saw. So brilliant. And this is a cross-gen title, we understand. So, Desera engine, we think, still holding its own. But mate, should we move on to everything else and then we can get ready? Quickly
blast everything else, so I'll kick us off. So 41% of PS4 and PS5 owners are women, according to Sony, which is very interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Good to get that insight. Kojima leaving clues of a new project he might be working on, potentially with Nicholas Winding Refn of Death Stranding, of course.
Very interesting.
We love that. Good for our world, isn't it, Rich?
Absolutely.
We love a bit of Kojima.
Valve is indeed working on a Switch-like portable console, says a new report. Very interesting.
Yeah, that Gabe Newell kind of leak from his school appearance recently, perhaps coming into fruition. And then finally, Xbox could reveal 5 new games at E3 2021, according to Leaker. So, all in all, very exciting times, my friend. This rich tapestry of news this week that we've just raffled off for everybody. And of course, we're queued up for Livestream, what has to be one of the big killer apps of the PS5. Huge franchise for Sony. A game we've both played to extents.
Indeed, yes, I'm still working through it at the moment. I just can't get back to it at the moment. Every time I think, I'm going to get back to this, someone will say, oh, do you want to play this game online? Or, you got this. I just can't get back to it at the minute, which is, I really want to get back to it. But I'll put the stream that's not live yet. I think we've got 90 seconds or something. I'll put that on screen now. You can still hear us, but you won't be able to see us. There we go. So you can talk away again now, Tabs.
Yeah, I don't know if we're lined up, mate. I've got about 2 minutes 42 seconds on my side.
I'm bang on that, mate. I'm bang on that.
Amazing. So yeah, we're just seeing, almost like from a CCTV camera perspective, looks like we've got latitude and longitude at the bottom. Almost looks like a battery, doesn't it, top left? But I think that's just a countdown, actually. And we're just seeing these stunning vistas and landscapes. I mean, I don't know why I'm saying this. It's like I'm visually describing it for people listening to it only.
I mean, what do we want in the very brief sort of 2 minutes 15 or whatever we are away from the next sort of this getting going? What do we want to see in the New Horizon? I mean, we've both spoken at length about they could do a lot better with facial animation and the way that the characters emote themselves while talking to each other. We definitely think that's something that could be improved, and I think with the aspect of next gen, certainly on the PS5, they could improve that. But what else would you like to see improved, Tabs?
Yeah, I mean, we know it's cross-gen, so I think it's not going to be perhaps as far away from Horizon Zero Dawn as some of us maybe want, because it's next-gen. But I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Like you say, yeah, I'd like to see some of that animation work refined. At times, like I said, it was a bit unnatural and put you off a little bit. But for the most part, it was a fantastic game. So more of the same for the most part, but with some new... maybe some complexity and some depths in the gameplay mechanics. So for me, the best thing about Horizon Zero Dawn was the combat and the kind of modular design of the creatures and how you could break them down in intelligent ways. And I hope they really go in on that. I want to see more mobility and traversal. So I remember playing through it and thinking, I wish you could glide like you could in Breath of the Wild, or I wish you could climb anywhere like you could in Breath of the Wild. And it was a little bit more restricted. So I'd like to see, you could ride on some of the beasts in Horizon Zero Dawn. So maybe if you could fly, that would be cool. Okay.
I mean, there are flying creatures, so that is a thing.
And we've also seen... Go on.
I was just going to say, I mean, you mentioned this earlier before we started streaming, that from the shots we're seeing of the world as we're getting close to this, it does sort of suggest that we are seeing these linear paths for traversal of the land a little bit. It doesn't look like we're going to see this go anywhere, climb anywhere that we see in the likes of, say, Breath of the Wild.
And I also think as well, mate, we're going to get underwater sections, aren't we? We're seeing now an underwater. And for me, I worry about that because it just makes me think of the Water Temple from Ocarina of Time.
Right, and I think...
But hopefully that'll be exciting.
Absolutely. And I think we're about to get away. Here we go.
State of play.
I think we're going to get someone voicing this over, I would think. Someone talking through what's happening. That's how I personally think we're going to see. We'll see in a second.
I'm wondering if our Herman Hull's still there, because it was his kind of studio, wasn't it?
Hi everyone, my name is Matthijs de Jonge. I'm the game director on Horizon Forbidden West. Last year we revealed our ambitious new project, and since then the team has continued to make great progress on the development of the game. We are very excited and honored to give you an update in this state of play. And in the countdown video leading up to this moment, you have already seen glimpses of the Forbidden West. But now we have something truly special for you. Almost 14 minutes of gameplay captured on PlayStation 5. And you don't have to wait any longer. Let's get right to it.
That's pretty cool. I like the fact we're just going to get raw gameplay.
Agreed. I just had to turn the volume down because I couldn't hear Tabs. So apologies if there was a stutter there, guys. This is interesting. Looks like a different character. Oh, yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
It's okay. You're safe now. Here.
So far, looks gorgeous. Lighting looks upgraded.
Where's Erend?
I would say the faces look better already.
Boys are crawling with raiders.
I know this is a
Hit our
cutscene.
camp hard. We ran and
You
they chased
presume
us
it's the
down.
in-game engine, though, wouldn't you?
You'd think so, yeah.
Aaron was away from camp, scouting. I bet he's still out there.
I mean, the animation work there was so much better.
Yeah, just you can tell that it's
Raiders
been
got machines
thought
on
about
their
more than
side.
the first game, definitely.
Claw
It's
Striders.
way more natural. Yeah.
You should go after Aaron. If they find him before you do, who knows what
I
they'll
mean, I
do.
almost feel like I'm watching an Uncharted game or something.
You're injured. I have to.
Standard.
Don't worry about me.
I know
Animation
exactly
I'm in my own
what you
way
mean by
out.
that.
Get going.
Okay.
Yeah,
And here we are, we're in game. Wow.
Yeah, that's nice.
It does look really good. I wonder whether this is right at the start
Raiders
of the
doing
game.
these ruins. I hope Aaron's
I mean, you've
okay.
played this most recently, mate. You know, how does it compare graphically? It definitely looks better,
It's a
doesn't it?
definite step. I would say instantly, I think there's a step here. I like this environment. This environment reminds me actually of maybe Uncharted 1, that kind of jungle environment. And
Yeah,
you get our first
definitely.
glimpse of water, which is interesting.
And a bit like Uncharted 4, you know, at the end of the game.
Yes.
You go kind of island hopping, aren't you?
Yes, I know exactly what you mean. And so far, quite impressive. Oh, we've got some creatures. Machines.
Yeah, like raptor types, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they do look like that. They're really cool. I like the chainsaw in the mouth. That's really cool.
Yeah, double chainsaw.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Oh, riding them.
Oh, hello.
Right, so is this a hostile tribe?
Raiders. Riding machines. This is not good.
This is definitely different to the previous game here.
Gotta be careful. There might be more.
I mean, even on this stream, it looks incredible, doesn't it?
Yeah, really.
Another one. I need to get clear.
Yeah, the smoke's
That was
great.
close.
Yeah, I mean, the combat feels. I mean, obviously, this is a heavily curated trailer, but the combat feels more dynamic, like an Uncharted game.
Yeah, I agree. It looks like it's got a little bit more speed into it than previous. Certainly
Maybe
from
I can
what I've
listen to
played.
you.
I've not played loads of the game. I think I'm only about 20, 30 hours in.
Yeah.
These guys won't give up.
I mean, this feels a little bit Monster Hunter now, mate.
Yeah.
Way out is down.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, beautiful. Wow, the underwater environment looks incredible.
Yeah, look at that water coming off of me.
Wow, the water effect is incredible.
More machines.
That is really
I wonder.
impressive. I think that's probably the best water I've ever seen in a video game.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. So interestingly, there's no head-up display at the moment. Now, is that a choice? Because I spoke to you, didn't I, Tabs? And the first thing I thought about the original game was just
Busy.
the fact that it's so busy on the screen.
Oh, don't mind me.
Yeah, maybe they've done that whole Zelda thing and kind of tweak it, make him smoke. Her hair looks incredible underwater, mate.
Yeah, agreed. This underwater section is a real showcase for what they've done with the
Strong
engine.
here.
It's amazing.
Presumably she's got the kind of Star Wars-esque breathing underwater.
Yeah, I mean, she's obviously been underwater for a
Gadgets.
while now, and we don't know
Yeah.
how long she can hold her breath because we don't have any on-screen displays of that. But yeah, there must be something that means she can hold her breath for longer, which I'm hoping they might show us what that is.
Oh, I'm well impressed. I mean, I don't know about you, mate. I've not seen an awful lot of pop-in either at the minute.
No, mate, no. Some of the environment, I mean, look at that vista up the like, mountainside there. It's incredible.
I have friends, okay?
Yeah, they've
Not
so
just the
far
ones you
they've done a
slaughtered.
great job. Hey, look.
Oh, it's this guy, mate.
Yeah, he's in the first
Yeah.
Trouble.
Best facial hair in a
one.
video
Oh, wow,
game.
look at this.
Mammoth. Oh, no.
Shocking.
You guys wouldn't be laughing.
I mean, I didn't engage with the story in much detail in the last game, mate, so I can't tell you who this is. What is.
The thing that I found with certainly what I've played with the previous game is you end up with a lot of just like long, drawn out conversations with people where you're just conversing just to get information. It wasn't engaging, which was the big thing that I felt. But
this is it. I've heard people say who did engage and took the time that it's really good. There's a lot of detail there, but for me, perhaps I wasn't in the mood. I just skipped a lot.
I'd rather have like proper cutscenes that do stuff rather than having to talk to NPCs and loads of options to go through. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I wanted it to be more dynamic, like Uncharted.
Yeah.
You know, they have a really good way of doubling out exposition
and
in
again,
a natural way.
Absolutely, they might be talking while moving on, similar to how they did that kind of thing in God of War.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's like you don't get pulled out of the gameplay, do you?
This is it.
You're still hearing about the story.
You can just be moving from one place to the next.
I like a spear.
Yeah, it's really cool. It looks like it's maybe got like a tower.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I don't know what this purple glowing stuff is. That's obviously some stuff.
This must be a new enemy. I've not seen that.
Well, the combat just seems way better, I have to say.
Yeah, I do.
Like some of the CQC stuff is way more.
Yeah, it's way better, isn't it? Look at that. That's completely different.
All right.
That was really cool.
Detail on the environments, mate. It's mental.
It's crazy that they've done such a good job. It does. The graphics
Raiders
do
said
feel
they were
like a
heading
good
for the
step,
old
I
bridge.
think.
Maybe I
Yeah,
can cut them off.
it's so vibrant as well.
Lighting
I
as well.
can't
Look at
wait.
this lighting where the lighting's coming through the trees. That's really
Better
well
get to
done.
higher ground. Far away.
And look at that rushing water.
Yeah. They've done really well here. This is
It really does feel like, you know, a cutscene brought to life in gameplay. More so than we've ever seen before.
yeah, agreed.
You can imagine if we'd seen
wow.
this at like the launch of the PS3, we'd have said, oh, it's fake gameplay.
Yeah.
There's the bridge.
Grappling hook, yeah. Grappling hook, hook shot.
Yeah. I mean, was that on the first game? Like, if it was, I've
I
not got
think
to
I know a way
that
to get there fast.
I don't think so, mate, no. Oh! Here we go, mate!
Oh, sugar!
Soda
way!
glider! Oh,
That's
mate, I was
insane!
so hoping they were going to have it, and they have.
I gotta be careful.
That's insane!
Proper nod to Zelda, that, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Fair play, though. I was hoping they weren't going to be too proud to include it, you know, to copy it in a sense.
It's well done as well because it's in the style of the game.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, this is looking impressive, mate. So, new traverse with the hook shot. We've got the glider now. The combat looks more in depth.
This is cool as well, that you can obviously
Helps on my
ride
errand.
more of the creatures.
Yeah, I mean, it makes you wonder. I bet they've gone nuts. You could probably ride most of them, do you think?
Yeah, possibly, yeah. I mean, I've only been able to ride one creature in my playthrough of the original. I don't know whether that was how it was, perhaps.
You want it to be a bit like, what was that film, mate? Avatar, don't you?
Yes.
Where maybe there's like this kind of almost sub-quest where you're trying to find that epic, legendary creature to make your own.
Agreed.
Right, you got it up against you, yeah, like.
And this is not going to end well, is it?
Aaron,
So
stay
you know.
put. I'll handle this.
What?
Definitely looks like those Lord of the Rings mammoths, doesn't it?
Yeah, massively. Yeah.
Gotta keep moving.
Bring up the round. Take it tough. Fire now.
Nice work.
That must have hurt. Fire.
Like the music as well, actually.
Yeah, I like how the music's like changed. You know, when we got into this combat, I often think that helps to add to the atmosphere of games like this.
Gotta slow
Yeah,
you down.
100%.
You know,
Thank you.
Kojima was brilliant at doing stuff like that.
Fire that thing.
Yeah, he is. Hey, did you like that goo that it's kind of like put around it? That was so cool.
It's like glue or something, isn't it? Just like sticks it together.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was good.
There's so much more subtlety as well, isn't there, in the animation? So much more connectivity between the animations.
Absolutely.
So it takes away from that jerky feeling you sometimes getting in gameplay. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh mate, I don't think I could be more impressed, if I'm honest.
I feel like I'm way more impressed than I thought I was going to be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's exceeded all my expectations. There we go again, mate. Oh, that is so
fantastic.
cool. Oh, wow.
Oh, didn't like that, did you?
Oh, mate.
Time to finish this.
They've gone all in, haven't they?
Oh,
They're
yeah.
just...
All in. Wow. What an amazing battle scene that is. Now I realise the person playing is obviously unbelievable at the game.
Yeah. No, it was very cinematic.
At that point I'd have died multiple
You
times.
bet.
Yeah. See, this is what I want, mate,
you
for Breath
another
of the
one.
Wild 2.
Come on.
You know, I want this kind of step up in evolution.
But this time,
It's almost like
I have
everything
impressive.
you could have thought of that they could have done to make it better, they've done and more,
found it,
you know.
huh? What'd you send me for? Right before the Raiders got me.
You did good. Now,
I mean, the missus is a
See
big
where this
fan
thing
of
will
this,
take
so
us.
I can't wait to watch this with her. She's going to be loving it.
Look at this.
I'm not getting what the exposition's trying to tell us. That's some sort of vortex or something.
Yeah, I don't know, it's something that's going on.
Always said a storm was coming.
Yeah, don't know.
yeah. And it's almost here.
There we go. Oh, blooming hell.
I'll tell you what, they've blown me away, to be honest. They've blown me away.
Yeah. Gorilla have nailed that.
So there you have it. The first gameplay footage from Horizon
Here we
Forbidden
go.
West running on
Yeah.
PlayStation 5. We hope you are as excited
yeah.
about it as we are.
Gameplay deep dive. I think we're way away from what he said.
While we have you here, we would like to spotlight some of the new elements you have just seen in our gameplay capture.
Cool.
And to help with that, please welcome Ben McCaw, Narrative Director on Horizon Forbidden West.
What are they going to call the
Thanks,
gliders?
Matthijs, and
Come
hello
on.
to all our viewers. Horizon Forbidden West is set 1,000 years in Earth's future
Holographic.
after a global catastrophe.
There's
People
no way
live
they
on
can
in
call it
primitive
glider.
tribes, but they're no longer the dominant species. Giant, animal-like machines now roam the land, and they are extremely dangerous. The machines aren't the only threat in the Forbidden West. A strange red blight is
I mean,
spreading
again,
across the
very
land,
reminiscent of
and it won't
blights
be
in,
long before it
Zelda.
strangles all life. Aloy, our
Malice.
hero, is
Yeah.
the only one who can stop the blight. But to do that, she and her companions will have to comb through the ruins of the old world to find the technology
That's
they
very
need.
Uncharted, look.
Yeah.
In this quest, Aloy has sent her loyal friend Erend into the remains of San Francisco to find a crucial piece of technology. Erend encounters
thought that.
raiders from a rebel faction of the Tenakth tribe. They are vicious fighters, but even worse, they've acquired the power to override machines. To rescue Erend, Aloy winds up fighting them, but first, she must cross the ruins to reach their camp.
We face a lot of obstacles as we traverse the ruins of San Francisco. To overcome them, we've given Aloy some great new tools. Using the focus scanner, you can highlight spots that allow free climbing anywhere in the open world.
Oh, that's really cool.
The pullcaster speeds up climbing and can
Yeah.
get you quickly out of trouble.
So does
Yeah,
that
really.
does that suggest that
The
there are
shield wing
more
allows you to
places
safely
climb,
descend
but they're
from
not
great heights
highlighted like
or
they were in
surprise
the last
enemies
game?
from above.
Yes. Which is nice.
With the diving
Less
mask, you can
gamey.
stay submerged as long as you like and take your time to plan a path around amphibious machines.
Wow, did you
All
hear that?
boost through strong underwater currents.
You can stay submerged for as long
And to
as you
speed
like.
up overland travel, a variety of machines can be overridden and used as mounts or in combat. Combat in Horizon Forbidden West puts a strong emphasis on tactics and player choice.
Animals.
For close
can be
range
ridden as
combat,
well,
the spear is an
multiple machines.
excellent option. There's a range of combos that have different uses and effects. Valor Surges add a unique set of special abilities, one of which can be used to knock back nearby enemies. The spear can be charged to create a high damage effect that can take down even the stronger enemies. A wide array of different weapons is quickly accessible via the weapon wheel. A slingshot with adhesive grenades to temporarily stall machines. Bows with arrows that can strip armor and expose weak spots. A powerful launcher that fires spikes that explode on impact. Smoke bombs that temporarily blind enemies.
Smoke looked amazing.
Or you can pick up weapons shot off from machines. The full game has many more unique weapons, and each of them can be upgraded on a workbench, but more on that another time.
Iceberg of what's in the full game.
The player will need to be smart and creative and use all of the combat options we have shown to deal with a large variety of deadly machines.
I don't think so.
Sunwings in the sky, Claw Striders and Tremortusk on land, Stepmaws in the water, even the seemingly harmless burrowers that you saw briefly swim by. They are all dangerous, and even more so when overridden by human rebels.
Wow.
We've only scratched the surface of the rebel threat, as Aloy will fight them in many forms throughout the game. And to defeat them, she must explore the open world to uncover the secret behind their power, and how that secret is related to her quest to stop the Blight. And this is just one of the mysteries she will unravel as her journey through the Forbidden West takes many twists and turns.
It's time to wrap it up. We will have more updates closer to launch, and everyone here at Guerrilla can't wait for you to experience the full game.
What a way to kick off E3 season, mate. I mean, yeah, solid. Best sort of direct and deep dive I've probably seen in, I don't know, what feels like years at this point.
Yeah, we just don't think there'll be anything else at the end. No, that's it, isn't it?
No.
Wow, mate. So that was incredible, wasn't it? I can't believe, what we've just seen. Really, like pretty much all the things that we wanted to see. So better animations, more engaging. We wanted to see a glider, which I did not think we would see a glider. I just thought they just wouldn't do that, but we've seen it. It does look like they've added more like climbing and traversal, but it looks like with the previous game it would always be highlighted as yellow and you could always tell where you could climb. It looks like you need to scan the environment now to see where you can climb.
I love that. It's so much more natural because they did that in Resident Evil Village, that everything was painted yellow you could interact with, and of course it sticks out like a sore thumb and it's not realistic, but the way they've done that, you can find it when you need it, but obviously normally it just fades back into just a natural terrain.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, just can't get over it, mate. There's just so much there, isn't there? They've just literally, it feels like they've gone in the best direction they could with everything from what we've seen so far.
So it's time to talk about the Switch Pro as a rumor, possibly for the last time, because based on
So what do you think, mate? Should we wrap up there? And BArcadians, let us know what you think down below.
Hang on a sec.
We originally
got some
We've been talking about the Switch Pro for a long time now, right? But it does appear that the announcement of it is, in their words, imminent. We're going to go over that here today, guys. If you enjoy these videos, make sure that like button helps out a ton. And if new here to the Spawn Rate channel, make sure you subscribe down below.
Yes.
So this...
Right, I've managed to sort it. I do apologise for that interruption, BArcadians. I thought I'd sorted that, and I obviously hadn't. But yeah, I really enjoyable. That was really enjoyable. And like we've just said, I don't think they could have done more to impress us, really. Especially... I mean, that's the sort of follow this to everything that comes in the next few weeks from E3, isn't it?
This is it. I mean, I don't doubt that they've done the typical thing when you get a trailer in a cross-section like that. They've stuffed it full of all the killer, features that they want to showcase. So it always ends up just giving you that wow factor. And maybe in the main game, things are going to be more spaced out. Perhaps we've seen a good chunk of some of the new systems. It's not going to blow you away quite as much, but... No, I mean, I just don't see... I can't even think of any ways how they could have really made that better. So.
Yeah, agreed. It delivered so much. I mean, that's 14 minutes of gameplay, and it was hard-hitting 14 minutes of gameplay, so kudos to them, and I'm looking forward to it probably more so than I was. I really hope that we're going to see a 2021 launch on this. Even if we've got to wait till October, November, I'm happy with that. I'd just like to see this one drop this year. I think it's an ideal opportunity this year, given the fact that lots of games are falling by the wayside and moving into next year. I think it's an ideal opportunity, and also I want to get hands-on with it. So,
it looks far along, but the way they said about an update just made me think, I reckon it could be 2022. And from what we've seen, you don't mind, do you? Because you just want it to be the best it can be at this point. So
absolutely.
I'll go with that. But mate, I reckon we should sign off. I'm going to go and watch it again, I think. And thanks for joining us, BArcadians, if indeed you did. As always, please smash the like button to help support the channel. Make sure you're subscribed. Tune in normally every Friday at 5 p.m. UK time. Of course, this was a special on this occasion. And we hope to see you next week. But I think, Rich, that's another one for the archives.
Stamped and completed.